Good evening and welcome to Adventure Sean, where in this video I'm going to take you guys on a bit of a tour of Times Square. This place is absolutely crazy. It's known as being the heart of New York City, and this is why. This place is 360. The screens advertising businesses all the way around. It's home to Broadway, all the different theatres and productions that go on here every day. And of course you've got various different restaurants and shops. It's absolutely incredible. It's 9:30 at night and you wouldn't think it. Like, it's absolutely jam-packed full of people, the street entertainers, people going around vlogging and taking photos. The atmosphere here is unlike anything I've ever seen anywhere before. And in this video I'm going to take you for a bit of a tour around and see some of the highlights, some of my favourite parts of Times Square. Of course we've got all these massive billboards all the way around, advertising different things. It's like, where do you look? Of course it's famous here as well for the New Year's Eve celebrations, where a ball drops down and that marks the start of a new year, but we'll show you that as well, have a little zoom in of that. But yeah, look at this, it's absolutely crazy, it's enormous. It's kind of got that feel of Leicester Square and Piccadilly Circus in London, but even more crazy, even more incredible. And yeah, that's why I wanted to do a video all about it. Now of course I can't show you absolutely everything around here, but I'll give you my recommendations, my favourite parts. And yeah, what I already like is the fact that they've thought about vloggers and people who take photos. Like, look at these here, platforms that you can stand on and vlog like this. It's great, and everybody's around taking photos, and in the background there you can see some red steps. That's where we're going to start with the tour. Head up there first because you get an amazing view looking back down Times Square. Along with that we'll go in a couple of the shops as well. There's a Disney store over there, we've got M&M World, Hershey's Chocolate World. We'll go in a few of those, have a little look round, see some of the restaurants, read some of the screens all around, and yeah, we're also going to look at a couple of the theatres from outside as well, show you where some of the big Broadway shows are, and talk about a couple of them that I've seen as well. So yes, join me here on Adventure Sean as we take an explore around Times Square here in New York City. Now, as I mentioned there is a reason that everyone's standing on these red stairs, taking photos, taking selfies, looking back this way. And this is exactly why, because look at the view from here. Wow, it is absolutely insane, isn't it? And I know where all your eyes have been drawn at first. It's McDonald's, isn't it, on the left, but I don't think that one's actually going to be staying. I mean, this is just me speculating here, but you'll see a little bit later on, there's actually a new McDonald's being built just the other side down there of Forever 21. So it looks like to me this one isn't going to be staying, or maybe it will do and it's going to get upgraded as well. You got to think with this whole area here, it's 24 hours. We're in the city that doesn't sleep, you know, so that McDonald's there, if they'd have closed it, they'd have lost so much money. And yeah, I'd presume maybe they're doing that one down there whilst this one's still open, and then this will close, and then of course they've got the new one, or then they'll refurb this one as well. I don't know, but yeah, look at this. Of course you've got all the screens down the side here, they're in front of you, they're behind you, and that view is absolutely insane. Now you might be thinking, why is the floor white? They put all grit down because it is supposed to snow tonight, and if it does, I'll be really happy, because obviously I'll be going back into Central Park and I'm going to have a walk through in the snow, but that's subject to, of course, the weather, and that's something what no one can change, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, look at this, and of course you've got all different hotels all the way around the side here as well. Wow, everybody taking the photos, and this is actually built on top of the ticket area for where you can buy discounted tickets for the Broadway shows, so we'll have a look at that in a second. In fact, if I move over this way, see this board just here, what's got all the times and things on, that basically advertise cheap theatre show tickets, and there's normally people all standing around here. If you see those, they're all official, it's legit. They work with the theatres to provide cheaper tickets for the Broadway shows, and there's some windows just underneath here, but we'll see those in a moment. But yes, wow, look at that. But yeah, in terms of the McDonald's thing, I don't know, but it is looking very dated out there, isn't it? If you look at the M, there's a lot of strip lights and neon not working on there. So yes, let's walk down this way. Of course the steps are all lit up nicely as well. It's not as busy tonight as it was the other night. And of course you come down here on a Friday and Saturday night, it is absolutely rammed. But yeah, we're going to start off going around to the left hand side, and we'll sort of work our way down that way, walking down, of course going a few shops and things along the way. But yeah, all this grit has been put down, ready for this potential snow we're going to get tonight. Like I say, I hope so. So yeah, Times Square, where did it get its name from? Oh, look at that Hershey's chocolate. That isn't where it got its name from, by the way. Yeah, the New York Times basically moved their headquarters here, and then ever since then it became famous and was called Times Square. Of course, you got all the yellow cabs that keep coming past, and it's just like you see in the movies. And talking of movies, there was actually a film crew round here the other night, right where I'm standing now, all the way along here. And what was quite fascinating was they didn't block it off or anything, but they had people stood at the side, and then they had about 20 actors, or maybe more, probably 30 odd, that kept just walking in the background of like the newscast. So it made it look like they were just the general public walking behind, but they weren't. Look at that. That's probably the highest quality screen I've ever seen, and it's showing up really well on the camera. That, you know what it's like sometimes with screens, but shame it's advertising Hershey's, isn't it really? You think like the shop would be at the front here, but it's not. It's got side entrances, one there and one there. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they buy that out the front or rent it now. But we'll go in there shortly, but we'll start here on the left. You've got the Olive Garden restaurant just there, which I've never eaten before, but I've heard good things. There's one in Orlando, I've heard good things about that. And of course, much like you see in the movies, you've got all of the hot dog carts out here as well. Plenty of hot dogs available. Starbucks just off to the left there as well. One of a few different Starbucks available. And of course, 49th Street Station is just underneath down there. And that is of course for the subway, and there's lots of different entrances for that along the way. But yeah, the reason I want to start down here is because this is sort of the end of it here. We're sort of going up towards Rockefeller. Of course, Rockefeller Center I went up to the top of whilst I was out here. Comedy club over there, that always looks quite interesting. There's normally a lot of guys giving away discounted tickets all the way along the side. But yes, we'll start up here and we'll go inside M&M World. Now we've got one of these in Leicester Square in London. Doesn't look quite as impressive from the outside, this one, but I've not been in yet. I thought I'm going to save it for when I do the vlog. So yeah, let's go inside and have a look. Looks like, what, 2 floors is there? Possibly 3. Well, let's cross over and yeah, go and have a look inside M&M World. And you've got to wait for the man over here. Actually breaking the law. Yeah, loving this just here. As soon as you're coming through the doors, a giant M&M that you can have photos with. Awesome. And here at the side, it is 3 levels. It only looked like 2 from outside, but there's a little look at what's available on all the different levels. And if you need some restrooms whilst you're walking around Times Square, they're on level 3. Yeah, good pose, good pose. Walk around this way. Yeah, it's a lot smaller on the ground floor than the one in London. I suppose it all depends on the space, what they've got for units. New York generic merchandise. All your t-shirts with M&M's on and I love New York. Look forward to having a look in the Disney store here as well. I've heard good things. I've heard there's a magical tangle escalator. I don't mean it's tangled as in all the wires are tangled for it, by the way. I mean tangled as in the film. Was that a bad joke? Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? You can get all this sort of stuff back in London, can't you, really? But yeah, let's go up the escalators over here and see what's up on level 2. Have a little bit of an explore up here. So we got more t-shirts. Hey, that's a nice photo point up there. That's the thing, I love shops what put in photo points, and it's things what attract you in. Obviously you've got these big glass windows all the way around the side. So obviously when you see those, it draws you into the shop, doesn't it? Get your M&M fans there. They are Adventure Sean's biggest fan. Gotta knit the jokes and theme park all by, come on. Oh, that's quite a nice view, isn't it? Obviously we stood down there just before we crossed the road and waited for the man. Looking down there, back towards the McDonald's there. Steps were on the right and Hershey's Chocolate World to the left. Whoa. What an atmosphere around here though, I do love it. And I've just come out Frozen actually, I've just come out of the Frozen show. I'm not cold, that's what I went to see. Frozen, the Broadway musical, and it was incredible. But I'll talk more about that when we get round towards the theatre where it was in, and I'll show you where that is for if you are going to see it. So this is something what we've also got back in London. It's the What Mood Are You M&M machine. There we are, so you stand on it and it just picks a random mood for you to be. Another way of getting you to buy their chocolate basically. I'm not a big M&M fan to be honest. I don't really like M&M's or Hershey's. I know if there was a big Cadbury shop I'd be happy. Statue of Liberty there with an M&M inside and some boots on. Awesome, but yeah, you get the gist of it in here. Very similar to the one in London if you've been in there. I'm sure there's a few others out there around the world as well. But yeah, that's M&M World here in New York. Let's, I'm loving that one. Let's head back outside and continue looking around. Right, next up then, we've got the Christmas in New York shop just here. I'm not too sure if this is just seasonal or not, but obviously we're a couple of weeks after Christmas now and it's still here, so I don't know, maybe it's here all year round? I'm not too sure with this one, but we've got some nice window displays just to look at. Look at that tree there, all the owls in there, that's quite cool. And that one at the top, is it a clown, is it? I think it's a clown. This is cool, this looks like it should be an animatronic as well, doesn't it, moving, and the nice fireplace down there. That's really quite nice. Statue of Liberty in there as well. Yeah, and this is sort of going down towards Rockefeller down this end, so we'll stop at this point. Of course, there is still more stuff down here. There's TGI's over there. That's like the nice Barclays building, which is really quite cool. It's got like loads of different cities all around the bottom. If you see, like you got Singapore, Miami there. I know United Kingdom is on there somewhere as well. It's on the other side, London. But yeah, look at the screens, the quality of some of these screens. Honestly, they're amazing. I mean, I've always liked lights and stuff since I was a kid, but looking at some of these screens, it's incredible. Super Dry store next door there as well. And of course, plenty of I Love New York gift shops. They get blocked by wagons when they come past.
I'm your age. At your age, I was partying in the city every night. Your age, I went to
Now I'm going to be a bit controversial here. If you've watched any of my videos over on Theme Park Worldwide before, you'll know that I've shared my thoughts on Hershey's chocolate. I'm not a massive fan of it at all, but I've heard sometimes they give out free samples in here, so I'm willing to give it another go. It's been years since I tried Hershey. In fact, fun story for you, this is completely true. When Mum and Dad came to New York and they brought me loads of Hershey's chocolate back, and they said, oh sure, it's supposed to be amazing, try some. Because of course I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, I like my sweets and chocolate. Chocolate more though, if you ever want to get me any. And yeah, like they brought me loads back and I tried it, and it was horrible. I hardly ate it, and it was just sat there in a cupboard for ages. And that was the last time I tried it. But I'm going to go inside and try some, if there's some free samples. I'm not going to buy any, or well, maybe I'll have to, but let's go in and find out. Hey, Adventure Sean on YouTube, check it out. Da, 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 da. Free sample, yeah, I love it. Got all these different bits of clothes and mugs, all your generic merchandise, of course, that you can get with Hershey's on. Look forward to going to Hershey Park at some point in the future. That's quite cool though. I'm going to do a nice reaction now of me trying this at some point when we get back outside. Gonna get a bit quieter in here. The music's really loud inside the M&M shop. It is back in London as well. Hershey's Chocolate World. I like how the lights are themed to the Hershey's Kisses. I think that's what they're called, Hershey's Kisses. Cookies down here. I mean, it smells nice in here. I mean, it's been years. It's been about 10 years since I last tried it, so this is going to be the moment. And maybe, you know, if I like it a lot, Kisses doll. Oh my God, what the hell's that? Very jazzy. I can see Alex wearing something like that. Yes, if I like it a lot, what about one of these giant Hershey bars? Look at that, the world's largest Hershey bar. Just $39.95 plus tax. There you go. Reese's down here. It's a nice shop though. Nice, oh, there's like a bit of theming over here, look. S'mores, Hershey's. You've got all the clouds and stuff up the top, all the lights and screens. Really nice shop. Looks quite new in here as well. Really nice. So that's like a waffle, what they do. Double chocolate s'more, I don't know. Is that a delicacy over here? I'm not too sure. Oh, these are quite cool. It's a nice shop. I just hope that I'm going to like my sample. The world's largest. Yeah, Hershey's Kisses, I thought they were, $14.95. That is the shape of the lights, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Chocolate World. Twizzlers, extra long. Feel like a good twizzle. Rollos, I like Rollos. I didn't even know they were Hershey's, to be honest. I thought they were Nestles, however you want to say it, Nestle. And here's a look at all the different selections along here. But yeah, if you want free samples, this is the place to come, folks. That's quite cool up there, isn't it? Well, yeah, that's Hershey's Chocolate World. Let's, oh, there's a kitchen over here with all, what have they got in there? Cupcakes and stuff. Very nice. Right, let's go outside and I'll try this sample for the first time in about 10 years. Right, here we go then, moment of truth. I've got it unwrapped. I'm outside Hershey's Chocolate World. Let's try it and see if I like it anymore. 10 years ago, it nearly made me feel sick. So, yeah, let's try it. One bite at a time. Oh, that's some funny sirens going on. Got in for the other bit, so that's a good sign. You know what? Maybe my taste buds have changed a bit because that actually tastes a lot better than what I remember it did before. So it's not Cadbury, but getting a bit of aftertaste now. Maybe it was that I didn't like. I don't know, no. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, I might just have to go and get that world's largest bar now. No, on a serious note, that was alright, that was. I might up it. I might go and buy one of the bit bigger ones. Not that huge one, just the one that's a little bit bigger and try that. Yeah, it was alright, that was. Anyway, here's them ticket windows. So the steps are just above me here. This is where you come to get your discount theatre tickets. Bear in mind, a bit of advice for you. The shows that I've been to see are Frozen and Aladdin whilst I've been here. Two of the bigger shows, of course, Disney on Broadway. Every time I've come past here over the past 5 or 6 days, I've never seen them shows with discounted tickets on there. So if you want to go and see some of the massive shows like that, you're probably not going to get them here. But they tend to have a lot of the other ones here, and well, of course, there's probably like 30, 40 different shows here across Broadway and other parts of the city. But yeah, let's have a look at some of these that are here now. So as you can see, these were selling for tonight, but oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it's just from earlier on. Oh, there you go, that was a bit of a fail, wasn't it? I was hoping to look at them, but yeah, it tells you the hours of operation. Basically, it lists them all there anyway when it's open. And yeah, there you go. You check out the website as well. But yeah, basically it was listing things. There was still some good stuff there. I think like Kinky Boots and stuff was there. But yeah, obviously, if you want some of your preferred show, and if you're coming all the way here, especially if you're travelling far like I've done from the UK or wherever, you want to make sure you're getting to see that show, don't you? So I'd recommend, if there's something you really want to watch, get your tickets in advance, book them online. Still cheaper than buying them at the door normally, unless you are going to go to the theatre on the day of the show, where you can also sometimes get discounted tickets. It's worth pointing out. So there's the McDonald's again, just over there. Do really nice tenders over here. They're a bit different to the chicken strips that we get back home. Bit of a random one for you, that. Every so often they have random bits of street theatre and things going on here, and there's also some very knockoff Disney characters that are walking around here. Little tip for you, if you do see them, you are expected to give them a tip if you have a photo. So unless you want to give them a tip, don't have a photo with them, else they will expect it. And there is signs warning you about that. Just over there, look, you see them? We got a very knockoff Mickey and Minnie Mouse there. Yeah, so if you want to go and have a photo with them, have a selfie, you have got to give a tip, bit of a warning for you. Great view looking back there. Of course, all the Coca-Cola advertising up there, Samsung. The quality of these screens though, amazing. I mean, the camera doesn't pick up too well, some of them, but look at that Hershey's one, that just shines out brighter than the others. There's some more theatres down the street there on the left-hand side, and there's also a couple that are down here. I believe Hamilton is down there. That's supposed to be a really good production. T-Mobile here on the corner, or as you like to say in America, T-Mobile. You don't pronounce the E over here, it's like T-Mobile. I've noticed that. And let's go for a little walk down here, down this street, because it looks like on the left-hand side we've got some nice Las Vegas style neon light in there, and there's TGI's down here as well, so we're gonna have a little look at the front. If I sing the first bit, I expect all of you, no matter what you're doing, to stop and do the little hey afterwards. Should we do it? Okay. Havana, Udana. Hey! There you go, that's it. We're leaving it there. Gonna get any more random. I just had loads of people in the street looking at me then like, what is he doing? This looks quite nicely themed. Got all these trees out the front, palm trees. That's very nice in there actually. We've got a bit of live music going on here, look. Got a band, oh, that's great. Oh, the atmosphere in there looks lovely. I might nip in there actually after I've finished doing the video. Now, it might only be Thursday today, but tomorrow I can say it. Thank God it's Friday. Actually, I'm quite sad because that means my last full day, but a little look at TGI's here. There's a few throughout the city, of course. Little look at the bar area in there. That doesn't look anything too spectacular, I don't think, compared to some of the ones out there. We've got a lot of really good ones back in the UK though now, actually. Yeah, a little look at TGI's just there. Happy hour, there you go, 4 till 8, Monday to Friday. Little look at the menu just there as well, and that's just off from down where all the steps and everything are, right in the centre of Times Square, and that's where we're going to head back down to. And we're going to take a left at the bottom, round towards the Disney store, one of my favourites. Here we are then inside the Disney store on Times Square. And of course the man himself, Mickey Mouse, has recently celebrated his 90th birthday. So you greet him when you come into the store with this awesome statue that's great to have photos with. We've got the New York selection of merchandise over here as well. Mainly based off the Statue of Liberty, of course. The plushies just there. I like the crown Mickey up the top there, it's quite nice. Holding the torch here as well. Oh, they're so happy, aren't they, these Disney stores? I'm not a massive fan of the new Shop Disney ones that are very, well, they're bland. There's no theming or anything around. Yeah, it's 2 levels there, so we've got all this downstairs, and then if we go up the, that must be the tangled escalator, I can see the lanterns, and it says upstairs magic there as well, so we'll head upstairs shortly. We've got all these trees, we've got them back in the Disney stores back in the UK. Obviously this is a big flagship store for them, really. Mickey and Minnie in the middle there. All different plushies. It's not that busy in here actually. I suppose it is getting quite late though now for a lot of the kids who would normally be coming into here. If they've been to any of the shows tonight on Broadway, they might have already gone back to the hotels now. Yeah, a little look at the trees just there, and some really nice decor actually around the store. All around the top there. That's something what I really like about the Disney store. It's looking at all the little decor. Of course, we've got Brooklyn Bridge up there with Mickey just underneath as well. Really nice. Hopefully there'll be some good scenery upstairs. That's pretty much it for down on the ground level. It's not huge downstairs actually, but I reckon a lot of it is going to be upstairs. So let's head around to the escalator. If you like Tangled as much as I do, you're probably going to love this. Oh wow, oh it's a huge escalator as well. This is great. Is it playing any Tangled music when we go up? I can't hear anything. That would really make it if they were playing something from Tangled. Very, very nice. Wonder when they put this in. Obviously it won't be that old. I mean Tangled's not that old, is it really? Not compared to a lot of the Disney films. The classics that we all know and love, and of course a lot of them are being remade by Disney as well. Nice Disney logo at the top. Oh, music's really quite loud up here. Oh, wonderful, so magical. Of course there is a lift here as well on the right hand side. Yeah, the decor's lovely. Something that's always made the Disney stores is the decoration for me, so I was a bit disappointed when I went in a couple of the Shop Disneys. Yeah, it's huge up here. Probably makes it the largest Disney store outside of the parks, I would say, I guess. I'm not too sure. Of course, been to all the 12 different Disney parks. Oh, they've got a little conservatory over here where they've got the screen, and of course there's normally theme park related videos on there. Some nice quotes up on the walls actually, to infinity and beyond there from Buzz Lightyear. Try and look, there's Woody up there. Oh, that's the Disneyland Paris castle that we've got up there, Sleeping Beauty Castle from Disneyland Paris. See, that's the thing, everybody looks at all the merch, but it's quite nice to look at the details sometimes, all around the top up there. And we've got this huge castle over here, wonderful that. It's not far off the size of the original in Anaheim, that. More details up there, got Goofy up there. Cashier desks. Oh, a quote from Sleeping Beauty up there. Wow, what a really nice chandelier up there as well. Lovely. Let's have a look around this side. Oh, it doesn't quite work, does it, with the magical music going on in the background. Here's all the Star Wars section. The lightsabers down here. You got a Lego section over there as well, and I've just seen something that I absolutely love around here that I just want to take back home to the UK. Look at this up here, the giant Woody up there in the box. And of course you got the peas next to it, peas in a pod, and also the bucket of soldiers as well. But look at the size of that, there's the actual one. Look at that, that's amazing. Been in a lot of Disney stores and of course been to all the Disney parks, but I've not seen one that quite big before. That's amazing. Evil Emperor Zurg down here. Oh, that's awesome. Lightning McQueen is here as well. Of course from Cars. Very nice, loads of brilliant photo points. Of course this is a massive advertising point for Disney here as well, and they've got a huge screen out the front advertising things. Yeah, wonderful. Probably my favourite Disney store outside of a park, that. Really like that. Back down the escalator and let's continue around Times Square. I've been to America a lot of times now, especially over the past 5 or so years, but still walking over these massive roads like this. Scary! It's like, especially when you've got 4 lanes of traffic there, it's like, oh my god, can we go? We've got a bit of street theatre going on up here, so I thought we'll go and have a look, and if you look behind me in a second, you'll see a very different Chewbacca just there. We've got the Statue of Liberty over here as well. Look at this one. Let me spin round so it doesn't look quite as obvious. There you go. Lovely. I mean, what's this over here? Only in Times Square. Right, we've got some street theatre going on. Let's have a look at this. This is one of them things a bit like London where they get everybody gathered and they don't do anything for ages and go around asking for your money first. It's one of them sort of things, this is. You know, they get everybody gathered up and then not a lot really happens. Pretty much. See, this has probably been going on for about 15 minutes already. Then there's probably another half an hour and then they'll do one somersault or something. But on a serious note, some of these guys on the street theatre are great. It just drags on for a little bit too long sometimes. There's that Disney store screen that I was talking about just. That's really quite nice. Up there, the Broadway LED signage. Forever 21 there, that's got quite nice LED screens as well, because the 21 actually sticks out. And of course you've got the main screen at the back. Yeah, right. Crazy, isn't it? And that's what I was talking about when I say there's a new McDonald's going in. So I go back onto me vlogging podium here, shall I? Right onto the top. Whoop. There we go. I made it. So yeah, just behind me over there, the new McDonald's sort of looks to be. Of course, you've got all the advertising there, and the screen is that bright. Oh, there we go. It's picking up a bit now. It took like 3 seconds or so for the camera to adjust onto it then. But yeah, that's of course the new McDonald's going in just there here on Times Square. It looks like it'll be a double level as well, similar to that one, but it'll probably have more seating inside there. And of course it's going to be updated because that one at the moment doesn't have all the like the self-service and where you sit down, they bring your food over and all that sort of stuff. It's not even got the screens in there, it's that old-fashioned. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that gets completely updated for that new store going in. Over here we've got Swatch as well, and a Levi's store, and some more gift shops as well. And of course all of them, whether it's been on Times Square, got massive screens above them there as well. Look at the Levi screen, that's another really good quality one. And of course, so it should be, because they've got a 50% off sale in there. So if you're watching this video and you've never been to New York before, are you starting to get the scale of Times Square now? It's crazy, isn't it? And this is all still Broadway and Times Square down here. Zooming right down to the bottom there, we can see Kinky Boots. Loads more theatres and shops all up the side. Loads of posters for Aladdin as well. But Aladdin isn't on this street. It's a bit further around. We'll get to that in a second. And then here, of course, we've got the Minskoff Theatre that's home to the Lion King. I didn't get tickets to see The Lion King here this time. That isn't because they're sold out, but I've seen it twice in London, so I thought I'm not going to get tickets for it here this time. I wanted to see Frozen because obviously it's a new musical compared to The Lion King. And I know Aladdin's quite old now as well, but it's another one that I love and I could just re-watch, but more about them a little later. But yeah, there's Lion King, and it's nice and easy to get to. Literally, there's the McDonald's, the new one going in. Look at the size of that screen. The screen is bigger than the actual new store going underneath it. It's nuts. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. I love it though, it's awesome. So yeah, that's where the Lion King is. Nice and easy to get to. And yeah, Aladdin and also Frozen aren't too far away. In fact, Frozen's just round the corner, and then Aladdin is round the corner after that. More food here on these street carts. Got some more theatres down there, and of course we've got Planet Hollywood, so we'll cross over and have a look at the exterior of that. So here's a look out the front of Planet Hollywood, and we can't really see the sign properly from on this side. I need to cross over for that, so I will in a moment. But first, just have a quick listen to what's been said here.
Be aware, get in there. There will be security guards on your floors, making sure you don't open the doors.
There's some sort of announcement going on. I assume it's for like a school trip or something, and they're announcing it over a tannoy. If you listen to that, I feel like it shouldn't be coming out of the speaker system, but it is, and it's very strange. Basically telling them how they're going to be locked, the doors are going to be locked, and they've got to stay in the rooms for the night, and she doesn't want the trip being ruined. Here you go.
Whatever you come here with, you're keeping all day. So
yeah, whatever you come with, you're keeping all day. Extra shoe, yeah, I've got them, don't worry.
Or whatever, you're carrying that.
Yeah, I've got them.
Speak to layers, tomorrow bring your layers.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be as cold, if not colder, tomorrow.
In fact, it's not. It's not going to be as cold tomorrow.
So bring all of your...
It might snow, but it's not. No, we don't need the layers. It's not going to be as cold. It might snow, but yeah, it says it could be up to 5 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough fun with that. Oh.
Dismiss certain...
What? That is really strange. I don't get it at all. I can't even see any hotel rooms or anything around here.
Oh, we have 2.
Weird. But yeah, anyway, there you go, Planet Hollywood. Oh, 2 karaokes, sorted. Yeah, we'll cross over the road from over here, and we'll just have a quick zoom back in on the signage there. That was very strange, that. Does she know that she's been blasting out over a speaker system in Times Square? I bet she doesn't. First I thought it was part of the theming or something, like that was there, how they do it. Here you go, it looks loads better from on this side, look. There's the Planet Hollywood sign. Really nice, that. And of course, more screens all down the side, and you got some more bits down there, another theatre by the looks of it, and there's an Irish pub down there, a couple of Irish pubs by the looks of it. I love those. The guy in my hotel's Irish, actually, where I'm staying. Really friendly guy. I know he's been watching the channel, actually, so hi out there to you. A few more shops on that side. We've got a Skechers shop over there. Ray-Ban, if you like expensive sunglasses. A nice big building there, and in the bottom, Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. I know that's something else we got back in London. A lot of the stuff probably originated over here, and then we've just got it back in London now. They're trying to turn like Leicester Square into Times Square, aren't they? Which certainly isn't a bad thing. And they've not got that far to go, to be honest. There's just some more screens and a bit bigger. There you go, this is the sign, look, warning you. If you take a photo with an entertainer, please note they expect a tip. So yeah, that's a bit of advice for you. Old Navy. Do you reckon this is all going to be the McDonald's as well? Or is it just going to be that side? Surely it's going to be all that bit. As it says there, it's prime retail space. And the screen extends over, so maybe that's going to be the McDonald's as well, which will definitely be a lot bigger than the current store. This is one of my favourite parts just over here, this news screen, because you can see all the ABC News scrolling round on it. And what amazed me, because of course at the moment, I'm not going to get into politics. Oh, I love a good saxophone. I'm not going to get into politics, but I walked down here the other night and I'd just been by Rockefeller and I saw about Brexit on the news there and Theresa May and everything. And then I came down here and I saw it on here and it just kept looping like every 20 seconds. I thought, oh my God, like it really shows the scale of Brexit, and it's everywhere, isn't it? But there you go, that's all the politics you're getting out of me in this video, or if ever, to be honest. I don't bring politics into it. It's a happy place to me, this. It's not something to talk about politics, but yeah, I mean, you've come to tune into this for a smile and to listen to this guy play the saxophone. I won't make it too obvious again, but here he is. Enjoy him for about 10 seconds. I'll let you enjoy him for. Okay, I gave you a bit longer than 10 seconds because it's good. Really good. I love all the street theatre like that. I prefer the ones like that than the ones that are like making a lot of noise and not a lot of action, if you know what I mean. Just got to wait for the lights to go here. We can't be illegal over here. You've got to wait for the man. It's not like back home where you can just run over here. They've got traffic marshals. You'll see one just here to the left actually, and they actually blow the whistles and stuff if you start walking out when you're not supposed to. And they're mainly there for the cars, but you know, they do police that as well. So yeah, we've still got all that to go and look around there, yeah? Not like loads of stuff that we're going to go into up there, but a few more bits I'm going to point out. Well, first we'll cross this road and I'm going to talk a bit about Frozen. So here I am outside the St James Theatre. I came out here about an hour ago after watching Frozen, and oh my god, it was absolutely incredible. But yeah, firstly, about where it is. So I've literally just walked down the street about 5 minutes from where I was outside the ABC, nice curvy news screens, what they've got up there. But yes, I've walked down here to St James Theatre. Frozen's not actually been open for a year yet. It opened in March 2018. That's when the show first launched here. There was previews in the weeks up to that, but oh my god, it was absolutely stunning. The show itself, you get about 2 hours of action, of course you get the interval as well, but yeah, it was absolutely stunning. Firstly, a bit of advice for you if you're coming to see Broadway shows. You want to be in your seat probably 30 minutes, you know, arrive at the theatre like 45 minutes before to half an hour before the show, because you've got your security checks. Some of them they check your bags, some of course they require you to go through scanners like in an airport. Depends on the theatres. It was different where I went to see Frozen than it was where I went to see Aladdin, for example, and so yeah, bear that in mind. Along with that as well, you can bring drinks and food in. You couldn't like bring a massive, you know, plastic bags full of food. I don't think they'll allow that, but I brought some Haribos and stuff, a couple of other snacks and some drinks, because the food and drinks are expensive inside there, and also the queues to get them in the theatres. Bear in mind, some of these buildings are, you know, years old. They're not absolutely huge, and they didn't really build a lot of the facilities for the amount of crowds that go into them in this day and age. So yeah, I'd probably recommend taking some bits in, because the queues get huge just to buy food and drinks. And of course in the interval you might want to go to the toilet, for example, and you've only got 15-20 minutes, so you don't want to be spending too much time. Of course, you can't film or take photos of the shows or anything like that, as expected, like with a lot of shows that you watch in places. But yeah, Frozen itself was incredible. I absolutely loved it. The special effects in it were great. I won't spoil it too much for anyone that is going to watch Frozen here on Broadway, but you've got stunning costumes. The set design is great, and the sets are proper, like they come out towards you. Like, it's not a 3D set, but if you know what I mean. It's not like you wear 3D glasses like you do for some pantomimes, but the set sort of sticks out towards you, which is brilliant, because it really makes the whole scale of it feel incredible. I also got covered in snow at the end, and not like your foam stuff, actual like paper what came down at the finale. It was great. I was on the mezzanine level, so not the ground, not at the top. I don't think they used the very top balcony in this theatre, because I don't think you'd see that much at the stage, but yeah, there was nobody up there. But yeah, I was on the mezzanine level, got some great views. The show features a lot of projection mapping as well on a lot of set pieces, and of course on the front, on the costumes. Honestly, it was incredible, and the kids that play Anna and Elsa in there were amazing. And of course, as they grow up, the actors also change for that, but you also get the reflections, and the kids come back on and do some bits in the show as well. So it was really well put together, and you know, it was emotional watching it. I mean, I'm a big Frozen fan, I do like it a lot, and yeah, it was a brilliant show. Do I prefer it to Aladdin? In terms of the effects and things, I'd say so. I prefer Aladdin as the film, but in terms of the production, I think Frozen's probably the best stage show I've ever seen, like the West End, Broadway, you know, this is the one. It was incredible, really, really good. I didn't spoil too much for you there. There's a lot of surprises, and of course you've got Olaf that is done very well in there, and yeah, you'd absolutely love it. On the other side, just opposite, the Phantom of the Opera, just over there in this theatre. Huge building that, very majestic, isn't it? Pardon the pun, but there you go. Yeah, that looks like a great show. I'd love to see it. Really would. Anastasia there. And of course that's back up towards the middle of Times Square where the screens were just. And if I move up this way a little bit, you'll see a bit more of the Frozen exterior of the theatre. I mean, the exteriors of these theatres, they look so small, but when you're in there, you know, they're big. I think this seats, you know, from what I read online, it can seat 1,700 with the top level as well, which obviously isn't used for Frozen. But yeah, I'd probably say you can seat over 1,000 still. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Got some police horses down there as well. Look at those. But yeah, all the shows tend to end at the same sort of time. The family shows do anyway, about 9:30ish, so it's not too late. But yeah, we'll carry on up this way. I'll talk a bit about Aladdin and share my review of that. I've seen Aladdin a few times, obviously once here, a couple of times in London, seen the versions at the Disney parks. I'm a big fan of Aladdin. But yes, we'll head up this way and then have a little look around some more of Times Square. So of course you are watching this video here on Adventure Sean, but don't forget I've got my other channel as well where I've also filmed 4 other videos from New York that are more based around theme parks and attractions instead of the sights, so to speak. And this is one of the videos over there that I definitely recommend going to check out. It's Gulliver's Gate, and this is where I go through like a miniature world, and the largest miniature world on the planet. Look at that. They say it's the size of a football pitch, which is incredible. So yeah, make sure you go and check that one out. There's also videos from Coney Island. Of course, it's not open in winter, but I go for a lovely winter walk round and check out the work taking place. And also from Madame Tussauds and Ripley's Believe It or Not as well. So there's 4 videos from the New York trip over on Theme Park Worldwide that are well worth heading over to go and check out. I look inside the merchandise store there for Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. Of course, the restaurant located just next door. We've also got the Hard Rock Cafe here as well. I do like the Hard Rock Cafe, but the prices, it is very expensive, isn't it? But I guess it's one of those things, it's an experience. It's like Planet Hollywood, you know, you go there for the experience. Same with TGI's. Not so much this one, it doesn't look like there's loads of theming. But yeah, like a lot of the ones out there do. And this Hard Rock Cafe does look nice actually inside there. Let's have a little look at the front. Of course, we've got a merchandise store as well. We won't go inside, but you know, you get the gist now. I've shown you these gift shops. We've been in loads, haven't we? Probably been about 10 gift shops across all the different videos what I've done from this trip. Of course, on that side, nice flag there, the United States. So yeah, like I say, where it was just for St James Theatre, it's just a left turn here, opposite Gap and the ABC news screens just there. There's another Starbucks on that side as well. I know that because I went there earlier on. If you like your Starbucks. New York Police Department there. It's like their HQ for the Times Square area. We'll cross over the road just here. We've got the Europa Cafe just there. Nothing to do with Europa Park. A little joke there from Theme Park Worldwide. If you're watching this and you've never seen my other channel, go and check it out. It's theme park related. Of course, very different to what we're doing here. Loads more theatres down there. The Lyric Theatre's down there on the left-hand side. That's where Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is. But there's another entrance to that on the other side, so we'll look at that in just a second. Looking down there, brewery it says over there. It's amazing because I've been here like 6 days now and I'm still seeing new things every time I come here to Times Square and look round. Yeah, there's the Starbucks over there. Go and get your strawberry frappuccino. And of course there's your New York Police Department vehicle. Straight out of the movies. Oh, and there you go, got a little toot from the taxi there. I love it, here's your traffic patrol, look. It's real, it's happening, I love it. Yeah, it's not even that busy now, it's quieting down a lot. What are we, 25 to 11? Oh, honk your horn. There you go, yeah, Walgreens there as well. So you're like your pharmacy, very famous they are. I think are they twinned with Boots back home? I think they could be twinned with Boots, I'm not too sure. I'm sure someone told me that once, so I could be just making that up. I could have told you false info there, but I'm sorry if I have done. Carry on down this way. More screens, believe it or not. The chase is on. Now you'd think the Lego store would be here, but it's not. It's actually located up at Rockefeller, by the ice skating ring there, out the front. But yeah, it looks like Lego store. When I first came and I looked at that, I thought, oh, Lego store. And I looked underneath, it said Subway. Then I thought I could get sandwiches there. And then I thought, no, it's the actual subway. Another bad joke there, isn't it? But it's actually true. I did think it was a subway at first. That's a really nicely lit up building over there. If I zoom in. It's picking up quite well on the camera, actually. Look at that, you got all the colour changing LEDs at the top. And just nice floodlit down the side. But yeah, like, look at this here, all the traffic. It's amazing, isn't it? It's stuff that I wanted to show. And look at this, there's no curbstones in places as well. All this area here without any curbstone, it's just tarmac what leads out, you know. There's some parts of New York and some parts of America that, you know, they're not finished off amazing, are they really? You know, it's crazy to see it. But we're going to cross over this way and have a little look down here before coming back on ourselves and going down this street just here, because we've got Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on the right hand side, and then another McDonald's, of course, there's loads of them around, and then the Aladdin theatres down there as well, the New Amsterdam Theatre. Another crazy road cross. I suppose if you're American watching this, you're probably thinking, what is he going on about? Like, the roads are scary to cross. Honestly, back in the UK, our roads are not this wide. These are like 3 times as wide as our roads. So they're a bit scary to cross, but you just go for it, don't you? Of course, press the buttons there. All right, let's have a little look down this way. We've got Red Lobster, another restaurant that I've not ate but I've heard good things about. Of course, there's different entrances to the subway all along here as well. I don't have a clue what Loft sell, but I thought they deserved their own little segment here because of their lighting. Look at that. I don't think it's just for Christmas either. I think that's literally how it looks all the time. I've noticed there's still quite a lot of Christmas lights up around the city though. So if you do come at the start of January for the first couple of weeks, you will still get a festive vibe to it all. Yeah, look at that. Loft deserving its own segment there. Good job, Loft. Good job. Another look at the outside of Red Lobster there. Of course, another theatre down there, which is home to Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman. Of course, cars can also turn right on a red light, like this car's doing here now. Obviously, you can see that we're on here. The man is on for us to cross, but they're allowed to still turn right on a red light. That's something to bear in mind. I've not driven in America yet myself. Might be later this year, though. Stay tuned for the announcements. But yeah, we're sort of, you see what I mean, like we're transitioning now down in towards the rest of New York. I mean, you carry on going down this way, takes you down towards Macy's, the world's largest store, and of course down towards the Empire State Building as well. That's all down in this direction. And if you walk in that direction about 15 minutes, you get to Central Park. So, you know, it's good really, it's really good walking along here. But yeah, this is sort of coming to the end of it now, so this is where we'll stop walking in this direction. Just wanted to show you the transition really from going up there down to here. So we'll start walking back up in this direction now. Let's just say, you know, if you're a fussy eater, a bit like I am, you're not going to struggle for stuff to eat here. There's a lot of options, and a lot of people say America's full of fatty and unhealthy foods. You know, there is a lot of that, but there's also a lot of places what do salads and things as well. You know, I think we're in a world now where a lot of people do want to do the healthy eating thing. So yeah, like you can get a lot of healthy options here as well. But look at that, that's a really good view down the street. All the screens, all the lights, the headlights on the cars. And then you turn the camera the other way. And yeah, it's just like a normal street anywhere else in the world. Times Square is crazy, and I love it. Just thought I'd show you the H&M building now, which is on the corner just here. And so again, this is on the road that we're about to walk down in that direction. And again, just off from the steps are right down the bottom there, just putting the perspective on it. Yeah, your steps are right down the bottom where we were right at the start of the video. Yeah, the H&M building, of course, lots of high quality screens. God, looks a bit like Spaceship Earth there from Epcot. And then yeah, this building is huge. Wow, and one thing that I've not shown you that I said we would and I've forgot, and I've walked a little bit too far, so I'm going to just go back round this way and sort of divert around here and across, because on top of this building, that is where the ball is, what does the drop on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to show you that. It's only a quick detour around here. I want to get some footage of it because I'm not too sure if it stays up all year or not really. You know, there's a lot to learn still for me with New York, but I've been here for nearly a week and I feel like I've seen a lot of the highlights. It's been great. But as always, there's still more to see. NYPD. So yes, this popular New Year's Eve event dates back to 1907, and it's just referred to as the ball drop, where the ball descends 141 feet in 60 seconds down a specially designed flagpole. And there is the ball that I'm talking about, and you can see it on the flagpole. Just at the top there, I'll zoom in on the ball so you can see it in all its glory. That's scaffolding around it as well at the moment, but gives you an idea. Look at the windows behind it on that building. And then, yeah, look at the size of the ball. But yeah, so it drops down over 60 seconds. And of course, there's all sorts of live entertainment and everything. And that's their big thing for New Year's Eve. In London, we have a spectacular display on the London Eye. In New York, the ball drops. Well, there you go. That's a look at it. And of course, in terms of the positioning for that, right on the top there, is that number 1, is it, of Times Square? I think it could be. And yeah, all around here. It's getting quieter now, isn't it? Look at this. And yes, I'm raised up again because I like the vlogging platforms. Right, we're going to head to the final part of my tour now. If I make it down here. Oh. There we go. Yes, going to make it to the final part of my tour, which is down this way on the right-hand side, where we're going to walk down past Ripley's, Madame Tussauds. Of course, like I said earlier on, the videos for those are over on Theme Park Worldwide, my other channel, so check those out. That's just down the right-hand side up there. So it's all very close around here. There's a lot to see. There really is. You can spend a day just going around Times Square and seeing it all. So situated right next door to another entrance down there to the subway is the New Amsterdam Theatre that has been the home of Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical, since 2014. So it's been here for a little while, this one. It's still not that old, actually. I thought maybe it opened earlier than that, but I've just had a little look, and no, it was 2014. Obviously it's all closed up now because the shows have ended for today. But there's the lamp. Rub the lamp and you'll get 3 wishes, of course. Now this theatre, again, it looks tiny from outside, but when you're in there, it's really not. It's huge. Loving all the lights. And the Walt Disney Company are actually partially responsible for the building all being redeveloped, and of course looking at it all inside, all the details that have been touched up in there since what it was before. It looks really nice. They've completely restored it, from what I believe, and from looking at some pictures, for a while this was actually used as a movie theatre and not somewhere for stage shows. So yeah, that's quite interesting to know, isn't it? The Walt Disney Company are a big part of that and restoring it all. But yeah, the show itself is incredible. Like I said, I've seen it once here, seen it a couple of times back in London, and also at the Disney parks as well. And the good thing with Aladdin, it's a good full long show again, about 2 hours. The set design and costumes are phenomenal. All the songs what you get in there, also phenomenal. Everything is brilliant about it, in my opinion. There's not one weak part of the show. Friend Like Me is the showstopper. That's the part what really makes you think, wow. And of course, the genie and his big routine that goes on for about 15 minutes. It's loads of different versions. He tells jokes and everything. It's so good. But yeah, again with this theatre, bag checks and everything, you need to arrive, you know, I'd say about half hour before to 40 minutes. And yeah, again with this theatre, you are allowed to bring a few bits along with you as well. Which is good if you want to bring some sweets and a drink and that sort of stuff. They don't mind it at all. But yeah, it's a stunning show. Definitely recommend it. And if you get a chance, go and see that, and also Frozen. And of course, if you've never seen The Lion King, I definitely recommend that, because the costumes and of course that iconic soundtrack are brilliant. World class, aren't they? Now opposite, something that I've not seen, because I'm not a massive, I know this sounds bad, I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan. Charlotte loves it, and I'd love to. I've tried to get tickets to see this in London before, actually, as a surprise, but I could not get them. But you know, I keep trying, and one day I'll maybe get them. It's for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and here it is. That's the theatre just over there for it, and the theming on the outside looks great. I wonder what the actual show is like. Yeah, look at that, really nice. And the theatre just opposite over there. Looks like the show's recently just finished as well, a few people lingering about. But yeah, I can't believe how quiet it is around here now. This is a McDonald's just here. Can't really tell when you walk underneath it because all the signage is on the front there, but yeah, it is a McDonald's. Normally quite a quiet one, that, from what I've seen as well. On the left hand side here, like I say, Madame Tussauds. First thing coming up on the left. Ripley's, believe it or not, just after it. These tend to be open quite late as well. And then you've got one of my favourites down here, Applebee's. Nice restaurant, American restaurant. Been to one of them before in Orlando. There's your entrance to Madame Tussauds. So yeah, everything's really close, isn't it? Another gift shop over there. Food carts, there's everything, you know. I'd be interested to know if like these food carts are you come out here at 2 or 3 in the morning, there's still food carts about? I don't know. Yeah, look at this, we're nearly at 11 o'clock and Ripley's is still open. Loads of stuff, there's like a bowling alley, there's cinemas around here. Of course you've got the Regal cinemas over there. But yeah, definitely you've got to see some Broadway shows if you're coming here. It's a big part of it, Broadway. It really is, so I definitely recommend Frozen and Aladdin. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away. I could film a whole video just talking about them, but I don't want to because I don't want to spoil the surprise for those. The best witnessed in person. And of course, you got Five Guys over there. Expensive for a bag of chips, but they're nice. Two brands next to each other, they're expensive there. Starbucks and Five Guys on that side. But I do enjoy them both. Probably Starbucks more I'd have, but you know, I've had a few Five Guys over the years. And yeah, as we go down this way, you've got another train station just there. And of course, that's pretty much the end again of Times Square. We've not covered everything in this video, nowhere near, but I've covered the main bits, you know, them signature bits, and of course giving you a few hints and tips along the way for if you are coming to New York. Maybe you're a resident of New York, you just watch it to see what a Brit thinks to it. Maybe you're coming here on a holiday to come and see it all for the first time, or maybe you've been before and missed some things, so you wanted to see what someone else thought to it, to give you some more hints and tips for next time. Whatever reason it is that you've come here, thank you very much for joining me here on Adventure Sean for another video here from New York. There's still a few more to come here on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for those. And there's lots of other ones to check out. I won't list them all off, but some of my favourites that I've done. I went over to see the Statue of Liberty on Liberty Island. Along with that, I went to the top of the Empire State Building, Rockefeller, One World Trade Center, and so much more. So make sure you check them all out here on Adventure Sean and head over to the theme park worldwide for other videos from some of the more tourist attractions, what there is here available. I'm Sean Sandbrook, you've been watching Adventure Sean, and that leaves me with one more thing to say. How many more screens am I going to see tonight? And get out there and have your own adventures. See you soon.